innovations that push the performance envelope.
In 1990, BMW established a world altitude record, nearly 10 kilometers high, so that's the normal level of jets today. Imagine in an open aircraft, very cold, no oxygen, was really a big thing.
In the 1920s, BMW focused its innovation on the ground with motorcycles. Automobiles naturally followed in the early 1930s. The first BMW Roadster was the 3/15 PS in 1934. The BMW 328 hit the streets in 1936 and began winning races throughout Europe. In the mid-50s, BMW stunned auto enthusiasts with its next Roadster, the 507. Unfortunately, the car was expensive to produce and only 252 were made. But decades later, in 1996, BMW achieved mass-market Roadster success with the Z3. The Z4 replaced it in 2003. Today, BMW is still headquartered in Munich. Its modern towers are said to look like 4 engine cylinders. It's a fitting design because of what happens in the massive plant complex behind the office buildings.
We make more than 1,200 engines a day in Munich. 800 of them are 3.0 six-cylinder engines.
The 3.0 SI engine, manufactured in Munich, can launch the lightweight Z4 from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 5.6 seconds and take it to top speeds drivers can only estimate.
I don't know what the top speed of the BMW Z4 Roadster is because it's electronically limited to 155 miles an hour. I would think it would probably do about 165.
The 3.0 SI engine is an inline 6-cylinder design. Here's how it works. Valves let mists of air and fuel into the cylinders. Then spark plugs ignite explosions that move the pistons. They're connected to a crankshaft that converts the piston's downward motion to a circular motion. That circular motion moves through the transmission and turns a drive shaft. The drive shaft turns the rear differential. It turns the rear axle and spins the rear wheels. Engine power and performance starts when machined crankcases from the Landshut factory roll down the Munich assembly line. First, a robot selects a crankshaft and places it in the crankcase. Then the crankcase cover is bolted on. Machines flip the engine block for the next step, installing the pistons. Connector rods are dispensed to workers who attach them to the pistons. Then the pistons are installed and linked to the crankshaft. The cylinder head holds 24 valves that will let gas and air into the cylinders and then let exhaust out. Plastic valve covers help keep engine weight down. Further down the line, plastic is used again, this time in the intake manifold. These parts can be plastic because they're outside the crankcase, away from the heat and explosions taking place inside.